Hi everyone. In today's presentation, which is on the Book of Lights, we'll talk about my religion, Wicca, and how the goddess or god may enter your life. As a Wiccan feminist and religionist, I believe that the goddess is the overseer and creator of all things in our universe and beyond. As a woman, I believe that what is currently accepted in the various world religions as being male and God is actually female and goddess. I believe there is only one goddess who has many manifestations. She did not manifest in any one place or to any one people. She always was and always will be. What is goddess's name? Well, Mahadevi is the one in the Hindu pantheon. Ishtar is the earliest deity in written evidence. Maybe you call her universal energy. I don't really think that her name matters. She recognizes when you call to her anyway. So how is goddess bestowed upon a person, or do you choose? In your search for goddess, you may feel her tug pulling you towards her. You might feel her as an intense interest in one of her many manifestations from a particular culture. You may dream about her. You find yourself thinking about her at odd times. Take, for instance, what happened to me. As explained in a prior video, when I was new to Wicca, I attended the Pagan Way classes at the Warlock Shop in Brooklyn, New York. 𝗍𝗍 Baginski and Herman Slater suggested that newbies in attendance should choose the name of a goddess that we want to be referred to during circles or wanted to emulate to acquire her attributes. I chose the name Athena. A while afterwards, I bought an exquisite hand-painted porcelain statue of Athena, goddess of wisdom, from a local antique shop. After a few years and untold events in my life, I moved to a new apartment. After setting up the furniture, I put everything in its place. Unfortunately, I did not secure everything in its place, which included the very large bookcase. Well, I don't know how it happened. Chalk it up to a freak accident, but I must have bumped into it as I was walking past it one day. The last thing I remember was things falling from the bookcase. Books, my Gibson Goliath guitar, various tchotchkes, statue, everything. Shards of wood and porcelain, splinters everywhere. I was devastated. My prized possessions were destroyed. One day, a while later, my children and I were walking down the street in a new neighborhood, trying to get a feel for it, when we came upon a botanica. It was a tiny, tiny, tiny little store. Being interested in all things occult, I stepped inside to poke around. There was only enough space in the front of the counter to step into the store. Up high on the wall were statues. Shelving, of course, one of which was Mommy Wata. I locked my gaze on her, and I felt stuck, literally stuck. My feet felt glued in place like I was standing on a sticky mousetrap. Of course, we had just moved. I had little money for anything other than food. I asked the price. He wanted $65, which for me would be months of savings. I told the man behind the counter that I wanted that statue. I want that statue, okay? I asked him if I could purchase it on layaway, but please, I said, don't sell it to anyone. Don't sell the statue, and don't substitute it for another. I only had a few dollars to put down, maybe $5, but for some reason he agreed. Maybe it was my passion, my firmness that impressed him in some way. Maybe he knew I was supposed to have it. I believe that in this instance, goddess chose me. I did not feel that pull with Athena. I just didn't feel that when I chose Athena. I was excited about my new purchase. I knew that 𝗵𝗏𝗏𝗃 was a powerful goddess, and I was eager to learn more about her. I spent years learning about 𝗵𝗏𝗏𝗃 and her many different aspects. I discovered that she is the goddess of water, fertility, and wealth. She is also a protector of women and children, of which I am a woman with a bunch of kids at that time. I had 4. Well, I still have 4 kids. I began to worship 𝗵𝗏𝗏𝗃 regularly, though. Over the years, I would make offerings to her and pray to her for guidance and protection. I learned, and still learning, how to tap into her power. A little under a year ago, I was feeling particularly lost and alone while living in a 6x12 cargo trailer in the middle of the Mojave Desert of Nevada. Feeling lost is an unusual condition for me because I'm a planner. I plan out everything. 5 or 6 different ways of doing the same thing, getting to the same result. So I've always got something going, in my mind. So feeling lost is really unusual for me. I decided to go to my tiny altar and pray to 𝗵𝗏𝗏𝗃 for help. I asked her to show me the way and to give me the strength to carry on. As I was praying, I felt very calm and relaxed. Although my situation was desperate. I was living in the middle of the Mojave Desert. I was homeless, carting in water, generating electricity with solar panels in a 6x12 cargo trailer with me and Rowley, cooking food with the sun. It was cool. Anyway, I was homeless, living in the desert. I opened my eyes and saw that the statue of 𝗵𝗏𝗏𝗃 was glowing in a ray of sunlight. Came through the door, onto the statue. I felt that she smiled at me and said, "Don't be afraid, I'm here for you." I really felt comfortable. I felt a surge of strength and courage flowed through me. I knew that 𝗵𝗏𝗏𝗃 was with me and I no longer felt alone. It's just amazing. She's been with me ever since, guiding me and protecting me. I'm grateful for her presence, and I know that I was never really, truly alone. A very short while later, a really short time later, like the next day, I received an offer I couldn't refuse. The result of that prayer is that I'm not living in the desert of Nevada any longer. I'm living in Switzerland in a small urban mansion. She's taken care of my problem and the problem my family had of me being homeless and unwilling and unable. Actually, I was unwilling and they were unable to do anything because I was unwilling. And they couldn't do anything without me saying, "Yeah, okay, I'll do that." She allowed me to see what they were offering, to see what the possibilities could be, and get off my self-imposed, I can take care of myself pride, and accept her gifts and allow them to help me. But why would you choose to have a goddess in your life in the first place? Because it is a choice. You don't have to worship, You don't have to believe in a supreme being or an ultimate reality. Nobody said you had to do that, okay? Why would you feel the need to worship? Well, I don't know. I think it's an impossible question. But for me, it's an expression of reverence for life. It's also a matter of comfort. It's always good to have someone to talk to, as it's not good to be alone all the time. At any rate, maybe it's a way to give back to the goddess who made me who I am today, who incited in me the knowledge to follow her. And then there's the question, why would the goddess want me to worship her? For goddess, it might be about remembrances, like a story that needs retelling to keep it alive. So you've made the choice to worship goddess. For me, I only know the ways of a woman. If I were a man, you might choose your deity accordingly, be it God or goddess. For myself, goddess is my ultimate reality. She is who I emulate and worship because I'm female, and that's all I know. You should choose what's in your heart. And so welcome to my video series on Wicca and witchcraft. I'm Raven Crone, and I'll be your guide on this journey. The next video will cover how to choose divination practice and maybe answer the question, should you? Join me on Patreon, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram. Take care of you and yours. Blessed be you and all your works. So mote it be, and so it is.
𝗕